I want to go back to your talk about Esther furnishing her house and reconfiguring spaces. The question that I had written down ahead of time was, in what ways can I better leverage my skills for property management and reconfiguring spaces? I basically buy properties, I move into them, I feel what they feel like, I set things up in the easy way, the way that feels the best, and then I rent them. And it's going really well. My first conversation with you was about this, and it was I don't know how many, whatever. And we really created a lot of momentum on the win-win economy of me feeling like I love homes, I love providing something really great, they love having a well thought out, comfortable space. And I know that there's more that I can be doing with this. It's already going awesome. I just closed on another property during Hurricane Matthew, and it was awesome because I wasn't sure I wanted to move in yet. And so it was real simple and easy. Power went out where I was living, power was on where I just bought, moved on over. And it was great. And then there's another part to this question, but I want to pause for a bit.
So what is the question?
How can I better leverage these skills? There's more that I can do, and we know it.
Well, the question that we want to put back to you is, when you talk about leveraging skills, it often sounds like you just want to create all that you can possibly create. When you talk about leveraging, and we use that word a lot, that when you are really in alignment with source energy, there's a leverage there. And by that leverage, we mean a lot can happen in manifestation without a lot of action and energy expended.
Yes.
It's utilizing focus and alignment to inspire the action rather than offering action to try to accomplish the alignment. And so the answer is in the question, isn't it? If you were to ask a question such as, how much can I do? How much could I really accomplish with the right amount of leverage? Well, the answer to that has to feel unsatisfying to you, because it's about the happiness quotient, isn't it? If you ask more of yourself, everything's about balance. If you spend more money than's coming in, you get out of balance. If you breathe more air than you're expending out, or breathe more out than you're letting in, you get out of balance. If you ask more of yourself in terms of action than time will allow, you get out of balance. And so one of the ways that you can leverage the balance on all of those subjects is by using thought rather than action, and being aware of how the thought feels. So let's take the example of Esther with this lovely man who came to assist her. She has enjoyed him sort of at a distance for quite a long time, and she really admires the things that he's gathered. He puts a lot of wonderful things in one space for her, for everyone, but she has said to him on many occasions, you make it easy for me, because all I have to do is come here, spend a little bit of time, and I can catch the vision of what I might do with things that you've already gathered. It's different than them being spread out all over the nation or the world and her needing to go to all of these different places. He brings a lot of lovely things to one space. So he has, in essence, provided leverage for her, so she can go spend an hour and receive some inspiration that if she were running all over town even, or all over the state. And so it's about acknowledging how you want to feel. That's the only consideration that you have to offer. And for most humans, that's not even the consideration that you're looking for. Most people are trying to figure out, how much money can I amass in this period of time? Or how much of anything can I gather in a certain amount of time? And we want you to think in terms of how well connected to the never-ending stream. It's like the story, you've heard us tell it, and we'll stick it in here, and then it'll help this conversation smooth out. It's like trying to toast toast before you've plugged the toaster in. So you do most everything the same way. You've got the contraption on your counter, and you bring the bread to it, and you unwrap it, and you put it in, and you push the lever, but you haven't managed to hook up to the electricity. And so even though you've done almost all of the actions, the one thing that you didn't do is the most essential. You're not going to get any toast. And so the leverage that you're talking about is the simple act of making sure that you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, which means, am I having fun? Is this satisfying to me? Am I interested or playful or having fun? Do I feel high flying? And the thing that we want to remind you, we want to remind all of you, is that We said it earlier when we said by the time the idea comes, 97% of the creation is already complete. You've already done all of that. So the true leverage is in that last little bit, and it's the leverage of focusing. And it's not focusing on what you're trying to accomplish. It's focusing yourself into the receiving mode, which feels good, which is counterintuitive to most of you. For us to say, all right, you've done all of the work, now just be playful, and that playfulness will now bring it all about. Well, if you've thought that you're starting at zero and somebody's telling you to be playful, and it feels like in your playfulness you're going to gather everything and put it all together and create a magnificent business, that just doesn't seem logical to you. But when we say 97% of it's already happened, you sifted and sorted a good deal of your life, and you put things in the vortex a good deal of your life, and it's been gestating and it's been growing and becoming without you even needing to be consciously aware of it. And the source within you has been tending it, and law of attraction has been gathering the cooperative components. And so what you want is all growing. And then because you chilled out and you were happy and you were meditating and basking and appreciating, and you got into the receptive mode and you allowed the manifestation of that idea, use those words together, because an idea that comes like that, that feels powerful like that, is a manifestation. That manifestation of that idea, now all of the leverage happened without you even knowing that you needed to. And now you just got to keep doing that same thing that allowed that idea to come to begin with. You just got to chill. You just got to bask. You just got to enjoy. You just have to have fun. That's how you not only encourage the leverage or accomplish the leverage, but allow the leverage to expand into something that is tactile and visible and translatable into what you want to call your real reality of see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it.
Right. So I'm already doing it. It's already working. This definitely clarified that.
The question came from some discord. So touch on that discord just a little bit. And that discord is about some sort of imbalance. Where is that imbalance that you're feeling?
Typically, I feel like the results I'm getting show that I am much more aligned and much more stable and have much more momentum going than I think I do.
But here's the question that we want to ask you. Are you evaluating the momentum and the alignment and the sweet spot? These are all the same word, all the same thing. Alignment, momentum, sweet spot, receptive mode. Are you evaluating that based upon manifested results that you're getting, or are you evaluating it based upon the high exhilarated feelings that you're having?
I probably do a little bit of both.
So that's the leverage that you are looking for,
right?
Because it's so easy to become human and action oriented again instead of staying in the emotion of it.
So just go with the exhilaration and it's all good.
Esther played with a friend a few weeks ago, and they were looking for furniture for their house. Esther's really on a furniture jag these days. And Esther said, I have about 4 days that I can play with you. And so they sat in the space, and it was inspiring to all of them. And then they just playfully began moving about. Now, Esther had never gathered up things in that area. She did not know where to go. The source that she had been utilizing in San Antonio was not there. This was in a different city. But because of the playful nature that they all had going on, and the harmony between them, because they were just having such fun together, undeniable help from someplace other than the resources of the three of them began showing up. They were high-fiving all over the place. And the thing that was so evident about it, because there was no timeline, there was nothing that needed to be done, so there was no manifestation deadline that they were shooting for. It was awe-inspiring to see how clever and knowledgeable the universe was, with three people who were focused softly and lightly toward a common purpose. So the leverage is in not caring about the outcome and going for the fun. The leverage is in the letting the chips fall where they may, and they'll be great, but going for the fun. I'm in this for the fun. I'm in this for the thrill of watching the universe with all of its talent and ability. I'm in it for the inspiration that I can discover, not for what my inspiration will then lead to. Because in the moment that you turn it toward outcome, you've lost the leverage of the inspiration, because now you're back in the action again. We can say this better, and you're helping us do it with the poignancy of your question, because by all standards, anyone looking at you would acknowledge the success that you're having. but you want more than the
I
success
know.
that you're having.
Of course I do.
And it's not that you want more money or more houses or more sales. It's not that. It's that you want more sweet spots, which means you want less action and more magic from the universe. And we use that word believing that you know what we mean. It isn't magic. It's you tapping in to the magic that you put into your vortex, and you believing that your vortex has spun it to gold, and you're believing that you're worthy enough to receive the inspiration of it. And so you've found the place to hold yourself so that you can let the magic happen within you. And when magic happens within you, it feels like exhilaration, it feels like fun, it feels like timing. They went to a consignment shop right after someone had left a whole boatload of beautiful things, and Esther said, you want that, and 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 you want, get a truck. You want that, and you want that, and you want that, and you want that. And Esther said, I have that piece, and I bought it for this much money, and here it is for this much money. Load that on the truck. You want that. You want that. They began calling Esther the Blue Book of Furniture, because she knows what it should be costing, and she knows what it is costing, and it was magnificent. And so it was satisfying a whole lot of intentions, isn't it? It's satisfying the intention for magnificence. It's the perfect piece for the perfect space. And then they got the pieces there, and the pieces just called out where they wanted to be. It's a really interesting thing. Everything knew where it wanted to be, and when you put it in a place that it didn't want to be, it would, you could feel that it didn't want to be there. In other words, that's leverage. So what is this leverage? What is this knowledge? Is it all the non-physicals that know about all of those things? Is it engineers? Is it scientists? Is it people who have planned spaces? Yes, 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 yes. Is it furniture creators? Is it furniture builders? Is it artists? Yes, 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 yes. Is it anybody and everybody that's ever had anything to do with what you're doing now, and you're in a vibrational place? Talk about leverage, where you have the talent and inspiration of everyone who's ever been involved in anything like this flowing through you right here and now. Yes, 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 yes. Are you like our friend? Can you not go back? Can you not go back to less than magic? You can't go back to less than magic. You've got to go forward to more and more. This leverage that you're reaching for, oh, here it is. You have to move into the whole expansion of who you are. You can't only be as good as this as you were last week.
I know,
You've got to be as good as you are at this now, you see.
Yeah.
Because the stakes are higher, the desires are more. There's more in the vortex. You're more ready to receive. And you know what's really interesting about this? How you doing? You all right? Yeah. If you have allowed yourself to receive, now there's contrast there, which has caused you to want to receive even more. In other words, everything is expanding, even your desire to be in the receptive mode. A receptive mode that is growing still. All this that you've been living has been causing your inner being to expand too. So you've not only got to keep up with the expansion of your inner being. Oh, isn't it fun? Is it making you tired? Is it making you realize the power of all of this? Isn't it making you want to finally do the only thing that you need to do, which is just chill out and let the work that you've already done come to fruition? And what's the fruition that we're talking about? This is a big question. Is the fruition another property, another bunch of furniture that you're moving around, or is it the thrill of the inspiration as it's flowing through you? It's not the result. You've been saying it for years. You just didn't know what you were saying when you say the joy is in the journey. Yes, the joy is in the never-ending journey. And the journey you took yesterday will not thrill you today. The joy is in the new journey, the new journey, the new journey, the new journey, the new journey.